Tuesday it is!
Hey everyone, it's Mimi and Weezus.
Hey guys, what's good?
Today, we're going to come at you with another episode from our series, American Murders.
Is it murders or murderers?
That's what I was going to say. I was like, wait, okay, let me change it. Let me change it because this one's going to be different. So we're going to cover two murderers.
Serial killers. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, technically, they're not serial killers yet, but they are psychos. So we've got both of the suitcase killers, technically, that we can call them both that because they used suitcases to kill people or stuff people in. So we're going to hit Melanie Mcguire and Sarah Boone. We're going to start with Melanie Mcguire, though, because her case, to me, is like a little more intense. I don't know about you, but that's how I feel about it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No, dude, because what makes it more intense is her background.
So I'll start with just kind of the beginning for her, guys. So she used to be a nurse, right? Keep in mind, her name is Melanie. She ended up getting convicted of murdering her husband back in 2004. And that's like the base of who she is now, not who she was. Jesus, you can hit her background a little, and then I'll go into the timeline per usual.
Okay. So for sure, Melanie, like Miranda said, she was a nurse. But she had been a nurse for some time, you know? Let's just say that type of nurse that if you ask her if she wanted to get some drugs on the low, she could just get them, you know? The good kind.
The good stuff, dude.
So apart from that, you know, she had kids with what's the husband's name, Miranda?
Poor guy, dude, he's dead. His name was William Mcguire, but they called him Bill.
Mm-hmm. So they had kids. So apart from like, you know, the whole situation, Miranda, would you take the father of your kids away?
No.
Over being selfish.
No. Like, that's why these cases that we've been covering are so crazy to me, because their motives behind the murders are like, well, I told him to do the dishes and he didn't, you know, it's like stuff like that. Or like, I wanted to be with someone else. So instead of just divorcing your husband, you just murder them. Like, I don't understand. Like, I just don't understand the logic behind the murders at all.
Okay, so let me tell you the story. You know, we get in the background. Okay. So baby girl Melanie, she a nurse, right? Not gonna lie, she a looker. She a pretty woman. So, you know, most nurses, they known for being promiscuous. No, I'm just kidding.
It is a thing, dude. It is a thing.
It's the memes, right? The Stanley Cups and all that. Okay, that's why I'm saying it. Yeah, we won't say what we say, but we know, right?
Yeah.
So like I said, she had kids. So during her pregnancy, was it the second kid? She was getting ready to go on her maternity leave and get going, and literally there was a doctor that they'd flirt back and forth with. Was it a surgeon? Or
I don't know if he was a surgeon. Yeah, I think it was just a doctor that she worked with. That's all I know.
It was a doctor that she worked with.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, this guy, I don't know what she saw in him, dude. Maybe the money, right? But
don't know.
I don't know. Maybe the D game was immaculate, right?
It had to be something, dude.
Right. So she went. What's it called? So one of those, when she, like I said, she was getting ready to leave. The doctor comes to the office and offers to give her a massage, and she's like, "Well, I don't know." Like, she played it off, right?
Yeah.
And the doctor's like, "No, don't worry. You know, you're pregnant. You're tired, right?" And starts giving her a massage, and boom, they do it.
It starts right then and there.
Starts right then into it. They're
while
just
she's
like,
pregnant with another man's child. Mm-hmm.
Infidelity to the max.
Yep. So that was 2 years before, right? Or like a year and a half to 2 years before the incident is what we'll call it. The facts up against this woman, you guys, you know, the evidence that they have against her is there's a lot. There's a lot of evidence. And she's still, to this day, keep in mind before we tell you this case, to this freaking day, she still says she didn't do it and that people should be out there looking for another murderer so that they can see what really happened.
It's like the OJ. They're like I didn't do it, but why aren't they looking for the guy that did do it?
Yeah, exactly. And so we're gonna start at kind of the beginning of the evidence here, guys, because there's some weird stuff, right? So April 26, 2004, Melanie buys a revolver from this gun shop in Pennsylvania. She also, dude, begins to search some questionable things on her computer. Okay.
Here's something about the gun, though. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
She was asking around, when she bought the gun, like, hey, where can I get a gun on the download? Like, they'll give it to me the same day. So someone said, like, hey, just go to Pennsylvania. How do I say? Give a good reason, and they'll give you the gun the same day.
Yeah, no biggie.
No biggie, and that's exactly what she did. She claimed she bought the gun for her husband or for the husband because her husband was a felon.
Mm-hmm. So this lady's nuts. Okay, I know the case, so now I'm like annoyed with her. See,
that's why you said she wasn't pretty and shit. You're like, she's a monster, Jesus.
She's a monster. I still don't think she's pretty though. Even if you showed me, I'd be like, you can do better, So, anyways, the same day that she buys the gun, right, is where she also begins searching the internet. The freaking topics that she's looking up that the investigators were able to recover on her computer were undetectable poisons, how to purchase guns illegally, how to commit murder, and toxic insulin levels. Yeah, like those were all found in her search history from Google.
How to get caught in 4K. How to get caught back in 6K. No,
for real. So she just went on and on. So then April 28th, 2004, just 2 days later, Melanie and Bill, they close on a mortgage. So they close on their house that they're buying, $450,000 home, right? And then just a few hours later, bro.
Almost $500,000, dude.
Yeah. And then
he thought she was the one, dude.
Well, yeah, they got married and had babies, and then they were buying this house, and then later that day, boop, dead.
Damn, dude.
So they signed on that house, right? And then later that day, boop, dead. For real.
Oh.
They close. They finish buying this house, right? They close on it. They're ready to do whatever. And then he ends up drugged, shot in the head, and then dismembered and stuffed into suitcases, you guys.
Damn. All right, let me hit you with something, Miranda, that I learned. Right.
Okay.
Right. When she bought the house, when they were foreclosing on the house.
Okay.
So since she had already been cheating for some time, I think it had been years now. I think like 2-3 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Damn. That's wild, right? Like if you think about it, when you're cheating for that long, you just have a relationship with both of them at that point, right? Is that what's going on?
Yeah. Like she was coming home and pretending to be with him, but then going to work because she also worked at a fertility clinic, guys. So this is like she helped freaking women get pregnant who couldn't get pregnant, and the doctor works there. Her husband was a computer programmer, so like they had enough money, They had their 2 kids, and they had been married for 5 years at this point.
Damn, and 3 of them she had been cheating on him.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild. Okay, so let me go back to it. So the time when the night they foreclosed on the house, the baby girl was texting the doctor, being like I don't wanna buy this house with him. I don't want to be with him.
Well, it's too late.
All this stuff, right?
Yeah.
And the doctor is like, I was like, oh, I mean, like, leave him, right? Like the obvious thing to do, like logically, like, hey, leave his ass, right?
And then did the husband find out? You think? And then so she had to.
Okay, okay. So see, here's the thing. I think he didn't, right?
Yeah.
I think she's like a stone cold like killer, because if anyone could just like willingly just out of nowhere just snap and kill their husband like that, like out of nowhere to be with someone else, I think you got to be pretty cold-hearted.
Yeah, you have to
don't
be
care about that person's life,
anything,
their family, like anything, right? You don't value anything, even though you have a life with them, you have kids. You've been married for 5 years, and then let's just say they've been married for 5 years, but the relationship could have been longer than that. They could have been together for 2-3 before that. You know? A decade. They just say you're throwing away all that just because homie's homies over there is like a little more charming. But that or he did one thing better. It
Yeah.
just makes no sense.
It really doesn't. Not to me. Not at all. So she also claimed, though, so the day after that, the 29th of April, she claims that her husband and her had been like in a big argument and that he slapped her and then stuffed a dryer cloth in her mouth. And then in like a rage, she had like locked herself in the bathroom and he was like, "You're never going to see me again." And then left, supposedly. That was her story. And that's why she never reported him missing. Ever.
And then see another thing too, like what you said, she never reported him missing.
Yeah.
Literally the next day after they killed him, she filed for divorce.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the divorce people told her to keep zero contact with him, like not talk to him at all anymore, just like cut him out of his life. So apart from never being reported missing, she had zero contact with the family. Like she just pretended like he disappeared.
Yeah, like nothing happened. Well, so we got a day after that, after like we were saying that, I just never saw him again because we got in a fight. That's April 30th, 2004. His car is found outside of a hotel. And surveillance camera captured someone driving it in and like getting out of it and like walking away. And it wasn't him. Weird, right?
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. So then here comes the even worse part. So a couple days after that, we're in May now. May 5th, 2004. A few dudes were out fishing on their boat. It was two men and like one of their sons, right? They noticed a darkish colored suitcase floating around in the water. One of the fishermen picks it up. He decides to like pull it up on there. He said it was super heavy. The son was like, "Oh, like this is buried treasure. This is so cool. Like, let me open it." So his dad was like, "Okay." So he let the son open it. And then there's like a trash bag in there. And so they cut the trash bags open and the husband's legs were in there chopped up.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
And that was only his legs in this suitcase, right? So then hear this, dude. 6 days later, suitcase number 2 is found. Because at this point, they can't identify who this man is just based on some legs, right? And he had been soaking in water for days and days at this point. So suitcase number 2 comes around May 11th. A student was like on Fisherman's Island. She also saw another dark colored suitcase and there was a nasty smell. She said it smelled like decomposition was coming from it. So she didn't open it, but she ended up calling the police. They sent it to the medical examiner. It contained a torso and the head.
Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
She went full Dexter on them?
Yep. Yeah, there was 2 bullet holes on the torso of the body as well.
She was like, "Surprise, motherfucker." No,
Yeah. So then it's like, where's the rest, right? So then suitcase number 3 was found just a couple days after that. That one had like the arms and stuff.
Do you think they tried building him like a Lego, dude?
I think they probably had to like piece it back together, right? Well, here's the other thing, right? So once they find this body and they like piece it together, it is like so bloated from being in the water and stuff that they can't really like tell who it is. So the person who does like all those sketches and stuff for investigators draws up what this person could potentially look like based on like if the bloating was gone. So they post this photo of the guy on the news and all this stuff, like missing person, like body found, blah, blah, blah. One of Bill's friends, I think it was his friend's wife, was like, that kind of looks like Bill. And like, where's Bill? Like, what the heck? Where is he? Right. So, and later on, once his friends called in, were like, we think this is Bill. They did an interview and right away, the first person they said, like, they told the police, like, you need to interview Melanie. We think she did it. Like, it had to be her. That was their first thoughts.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. So when the police like start looking into his wife, they immediately like found evidence against her, but they didn't have like concrete evidence, like not enough to do much about right off the bat. So here's some of the other things that she did, right? She also, after they discovered it was him, she had his body cremated like right away. Yep.
How? How did they let? I don't know.
I don't understand. That's the thing. Like, it was immediate. Like, as soon as she could, she was like, cremate him. This is devastating. And they were like, okay. Like, I didn't think that was allowed. You know, like if there's a homicide and they haven't found the killer, don't they need the body for evidence? And like,
Yeah, they usually keep the body like how do I say, up to like 32 weeks. Some ridiculous
something
thing like that.
Well, and his friends also said that his funeral was like only like 10 to 15 minutes. And keep in mind, she's not in jail at this point because they have nothing to arrest her for. Like, at this point, there's nothing. So I told you guys about the car, how they found that car.
Yeah.
Well, they found it outside the Flamingo Hotel. And then according to Melanie, she said, oh, well, he has a gambling problem. So he used to go to Atlantic City from time to time to do this. That's why his car was there. That's how she set it up, right? So the police recovered some security footage of Melanie moving Bill's car. It said that Melanie got into the passenger side and that she had an accomplice, which they couldn't see on the security tape.
Damn. All right, dude. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. No, how do I say? Right when they were gonna arrest her, right? Yeah. Instead of saying like, "Where's Bill?" She's like, "Did you find Bill's car?" So she gave herself away pretty like instantly.
Yeah.
Instead of saying like, "Did you find Bill's killer?" She's like, "Did you find Bill's car?" But that's the thing. They weren't going to. They knew about the car, right? But they weren't going to ask her about the car. They were going to ask her about some other evidence they had found.
Yeah.
So she gave her
right away was like threw herself.
She broke under pressure, bro. She broke under pressure.
The weirdest part is that she technically she had a slip up, but she still hasn't broke under the pressure. She still tells people that she didn't do it, dude. And she's like, you need to look into other people. Like, it wasn't me. Like, dig deeper. Bruh, all the evidence is stacked up against you. What do you mean? So, not only, dude, the suitcases that the body was found in were like a 3-piece designer set that belonged to them. They also found some fibers on Bill's body that matched the old sofa that they had. So there were some green fibers. And they didn't have a green couch anymore because she went on with this move, dude. Keep in mind that she was like, well,
she went on with my life. She was like, I gotta keep on trucking. No, I'm just kidding.
That's literally what she did. She just moves into the new house and was like, oh, well, it is what it is. And just goes on with her life like nothing. Those green fibers, though, that they found, like I said, she didn't have that sofa anymore, right? But Bill's sister testified against her in court and was like, you had that green sofa in the other house, though. You had a green couch. So, yeah, they did. So she, went and testified, which was good. Then, along with the body parts and whatnot, a medical-grade towel was found with one of them. And like we said, right, Melanie's a nurse. And it matched some of the towels found at her house and her work.
Oh my God, bro. This chick gave herself away so hard.
Then, remember I told you that inside the suitcases, the body parts were wrapped in trash bags?
Yes.
Guess who had those trash bags at their house? Melanie.
Damn.
Same brand, same everything.
Let me tell you something that I know, too. How do I say? The reason they got caught with the suitcases, right, is because they were looking when they started looking for Bill's stuff, because they were like, "Where's all his shit?" You know, because like you said, she went on with her move. You know, she got rid of the green couch. Well, she put his stuff in suitcases and bags, like you know how she killed him.
Yeah.
Just the same way with his stuff, and then just threw it away, and then they found his stuff.
Oh my
like
God!
You said, it was a 3-piece set. They found two, and then they're like, "Oh, this is where the third piece is," and then it's like his shit was in there.
So stupid, dude. So stupid.
But like, I went to college, dude, and you know, one thing they told me is that like nurses, doctors, lawyers are highly educated, right?
Yeah.
But does highly educated, that doesn't always mean logical, right?
No. Typically,
I feel like
typically, I swear, like in all these cases, if there's like a nurse or like a priest or something involved, dude, they're the ones who did it. They are like the ones who did it. It's always something like that, dude.
Oh, you're right,
So,
dude. You're right.
well, and another fact of the case is that, remember we said about her affair? So the doctor's name was Dr. Bradley Miller, right? And he went and testified in the trial. He also worked with the police because he was trying to get Melanie to like confess to what she did. So they recorded her phone calls, and they have over like 500 calls that they had recorded to try and get evidence.
Damn, dude. I remember hearing a couple of phone calls, dude. The doctor just, she's like, I wouldn't kill anyone. I wouldn't, baby. Like talking to him like that. And he's like, I just don't want to end up dead like your husband. Like, it tells her like that.
Yeah.
And then she's like, I didn't kill him. He's like, I wouldn't kill anyone.
They actually had a phone call that they played in the trial of her like joking around about killing Bill. But
Oh,
she had
man.
but she had like no emotion over it or anything. She was just like joking about it.
All right, dude. You know how you said too how he was in the court of the doctor? Was it Bradley Martin? He was in the court testifying with the police.
Bradley, what was his name? It wasn't Martin. Miller.
Miller.
Yeah.
Who the hell's Bradley Martin?
I don't know.
Huh. I'll have to look that up later. So they were in the court case, and you know how I said that when she was first pregnant that they got it on.
Yeah.
He had to read in court that, and then he's like, I had to massage her back, and then she performed oral sex on me, and then we had sex on the table. And
oh my god!
And then she's like, this continued every day for like he said for the next year or two. You have to say that in court, and then you could see the Melanie's face while he's saying all this, like if he's lying.
She's like, this will never happen.
Yeah, this never happened.
Well, the whole thing, because keep in mind, dude, so after he testifies against her and everything, like you just said, right? This happened in April 2004. She didn't even get arrested until June 2nd, 2005. So that a whole, like over a year went by. And apparently, based on what I found about the information, she dropped both of the kids off at daycare. And then there was like police hiding in bushes. And I think it was when she got back, because there was different things stating where she was arrested, but I guess that doesn't matter. But they like popped out and were like, you're under arrest. You're being charged with first-degree murder, blah, blah, blah. She was released on bail and was charged a year later on October 26, 2006. She now is like obviously in prison. She can get out when she's 101 years old. She'll be eligible for parole with the charges she got.
So oh my god, I just can't believe it, dude. Like even though they know that they know she did it, bro, but I feel like they didn't even punish her for it.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. Well, and then she also got in trouble, like some of her charges, because she was like writing letters to the police trying to get the blame off of her, like trying to make someone else look guilty.
Ooh. Okay, dude. Sorry, something that I just remembered too.
Yeah.
That one of the reasons she got caught is that one of her shoes had a word that they literally had to make up in the court because they couldn't describe it, and it was human sawdust.
Oh. I know what you're talking about, dude.
There was a human sawdust on her shoes. And the thing is, if you guys know what sawdust is, it's like when you're sawing a 2x4 and
yeah.
it's all that like excess wood that just falls off while you're cutting. They said it was like that, just with like human skin, blood, and bone, all on her shoe. So basically, she was literally a Texas Chainsaw Massacre over here, dude.
Literally. And I just want to know, like, did she do it by herself? Do you think there was anyone else who helped her?
Okay, bro. Okay. So if what we know now, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I sent you who Bradley Martin was on the phone because I had to look it up. If not, I couldn't. It's just some bodybuilder. But let me put you into perspective. Let's say, like I say, I'll put myself in her shoes. man, I already built this whole ass life, we already have this whole ass future, right?
Yeah.
I already have 2 kids. But this doctor, he sweet talks me. He's a gentleman. He's nice. He has more money. Like, maybe I should take one person out of the equation, and since I'm a nurse, I can kill him professionally.
Yeah.
Right. Without anyone noticing. I think the doctor helped him, dude.
I do too.
They definitely like. How do I say? I mean, if you cut up the bodies, it's easier to move around, right?
Yeah.
Right. It,
That
it
could be
would
like
be
why
easier
she did
for
it by
her to
herself.
carry it. Yeah, that could have been one reason she did it by herself. But I think okay. So I think she probably had a different idea, but maybe this doctor told her like, cut up the body into pieces and put it in a suitcase and separate the suitcases. That
Yeah.
way, they won't find everything at once. See, they messed up, dude. What Jesus would have done? No, I'm just kidding.
What Jesus would have done is.
Hypothetically, in VR, right? See, I would have thrown one bag at the beach, one in the garbage, right?
Yeah.
One like at the local farm, preferably in the pig's
Yeah,
den.
you gotta put them in like way different places.
And then I would travel like how she did, and then just the boonies, dude. Like, there's so many places. Like, I don't know how people, the cuts, those places of land where there's just land for 3 days,
Yeah, and they
like
don't. They're just
and
like,
they
let's
don't.
put it in the most populated place. Like it's like they want to get
Let's dig
caught,
a hole in my backyard and only make it 5 feet deep,
if even.
if even, dude. 2 feet, like barely. Sometimes they even find like they just move a little bit of dirt and then they find the body.
I
See
don't
what
know,
you
dude.
do if you're gonna bury a body in the back, hypothetically. Is you bury the body. Let's say I said 5 feet, right? You go an extra 2 feet, like let's say 7. You bury the body, right? You put the
Okay.
dirt 1 foot or 2 feet, and then you bury dead animals.
Yeah, you got to, dude. You gotta like kill some
Then,
neighborhood squirrels or something.
yeah, you bury a lot of dead animals, and then you bury it. The thing is, they only go as deep as the dead animals. They won't go deeper than that.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, that's
That's
what
how
the
you
smell
get
was.
away with it. Hypothetically, don't take
Yeah.
notes.
Do not do it though, please. Well, okay, so here's when you said the doctor. So they found a syringe in Bill's car and it had like chloral hydrate or something. I don't know exactly what it is. It's just like some sort of knockout drug. And then in trial, the guy, Dr. Miller, he came and testified and said all that stuff. Like he had talked about how they had sex and did this and that. Well, when they, something they found is that she took his prescription pad and she forged his signature and wrote the prescription for that drug that she gave Bill a hot shot of, dude, before killing him. But did she actually steal it, or was he like, let's do it? Then she ended up getting charged at this point, obviously. So she didn't get charged until April 23rd, 2007, was like officially not charged, but sentenced. I'm sorry, is what she was officially sentenced with. Is when she was officially sentenced. She got sentenced with first-degree murder. She was found guilty of perjury, discretion of human remains, and possession of a weapon for unlawful purposes. She was acquitted for charges of hindering apprehension and tampering with evidence and possession of Xanax without a prescription. So she like got away with a lot of stuff too, which doesn't make sense to me.
She just got like a slap on the wrist and she's like, okay, there you go.
Well, and let me correct myself really quick, because on April 23rd, 2007, she was found guilty, but she actually didn't have her sentencing until July 19th, 2007, which then she was sentenced to life in prison. She was 34 at the time of her sentencing.
Man.
Well, and she's tried to appeal it like a ton of times and say, well, I need a new lawyer and I want this and I want this. Like, I didn't have good representation. And she has like, every one of them has been denied. They're like, nope, nope, nope. So she's kind of exhausted all of her appeals at this point. So,
damn, dude.
like, the point of like having an affair, that doesn't mean she's a murderer, but literally everything else that she did makes her a murderer. And you know what's crazy is that they said because they found like green fibers on him, they think that whoever like shot him used like a pillow as like a silencer, and that's how the
Oh,
fibers got through there.
damn.
Yeah.
Okay, so something I know just from watching the videos, Miranda,
Yeah.
is that you know how well he was drugged, right? Obviously with the syringe and whatnot.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you know how they moved his body?
Yeah.
He was like New Jersey or whatever, and then he got moved to Atlanta or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Atlantic City.
Atlantic City.
Well, I
So
don't even know where exactly the body was found because it was in the water, so I'm not sure if it was by New Jersey or where, but
the thing, okay, so before moving the body, obviously they knew that he was like dead already.
yeah.
But like you said, they knew he was shot with a was it the same caliber?
Yeah, like a 38 or something.
Yeah, as the gun that she had just
Yeah.
gotten.
Isn't it crazy? Like the whole thing to me, I'm just like, what? And then like the only thing she could say is, well, he just left. I don't know. We had a small argument. He said he'd never come back. Like you're really not just not gonna try and contact him, and then you're just gonna file for divorce and just be done with it. Like who knows what actually happened in their relationship beforehand? It feels sad to me because these people get murdered and then their names are just like drugged through the mud and being like, no, he actually beat me and did this and this and this, and there's no evidence or any proof of it at all. We just have to listen to the person who murdered them.
And it's like, imagine the kids, bro. There's two kids, they're middle aged now, right?
Yeah.
They're teenagers or even young adults.
I think they got to be adults now because that was in 2004. They were 4 and 2. So I don't know. It's been 20 years.
Yeah, see, they're young adults.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll say that.
They're
right?
22 and 24. Yeah.
Yeah. So imagine them. They've been having that drama their whole life. Having to, they never actually knew their dad. They were like 2 years old when they died. Having to be raised by the aunt, and then having to visit your mom in jail, and then having her saying like, "I didn't kill your dad." Yep. Or it's the opposite. She could be dragging his name through the mud.
Well,
your dad was a lowlife. Your dad was never around.
Dude, here's the crazy thing: is she has not talked to them since she went to prison.
Oh, what a.
Yes, she hasn't talked to them. They actually, her husband's sister, so Bill's sister, got custody of the 2 kids. They actually both got diagnosed with autism shortly after she got custody of them. They already had 2 adult kids, her and her husband. And then, yeah, she just never talked to them. But in an interview that she ended up doing, like this is back in 2020, she said, make up your mind. Don't accept what you're just being told on the surface. Dig. Find out who like really killed your dad is basically what she said to them.
Damn, she couldn't even give him that, bro. She couldn't even give him the satisfaction of saying like, I killed your dad.
No, she still is like, someone did it and nobody cares who. Like, bro, everything in this whole thing makes you guilty. I don't understand why she's trying to play it off.
She did all this for some dude.
Yeah, like literally that's what it seems like, right? She just did it to be with this guy.
Is it that much of a hype to be with the doctor, dude?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I wouldn't care. So now we've talked about Melanie, and there's another suitcase killer, this one is actually fairly recent, which is so it's not anything, this is in 2020. So this is just a couple of years ago that this happened, right? This guy named Jorge Torres, he is a 42-year-old dude dating this lady. What happens to him, dude? He gets killed in a suitcase as well.
What? How do I say? I can't sexualize being killed in a suitcase, dude. I just can't. It's not funny.
Well, so the lady's name is Sarah Boone, and she was supposed to have a trial just in January, and it got postponed until July. There hasn't been anything that came out to say why it's been postponed, but it has been. So there's not a trial. There's no there's no sentencing yet that I can tell you guys about, but this still is going on, right? So she said that her and Jorge were just chilling, drinking at home, getting drunk. Then they wanted to play, and I quote, a game of hide and seek. Okay, what kind of 42-year-olds play hide and seek at home? And then he got into a suitcase. She zipped him up in there, and then she went upstairs and just accidentally fell asleep without realizing that he couldn't get out on his own. She just fell asleep and then woke up to him dead the next day.
The homie got Joey'd, bro.
Who's Joey?
From Friends, when he got stuck in the entertainment system and then stole everything in the apartment.
Yeah, basically. But they had this house together, so she didn't steal anything. But then get this, she's the one who called 911 the next day.
Oh, man.
She calls 911 and told them that her boyfriend was dead. She said, she says that they had a single bottle of wine and then played hide and seek. She thought it would be funny to put him in the suitcase. They were both laughing about it. She went upstairs, accidentally fell asleep, and then that's what happened. She wasn't arrested the day she called the police. It was the following day, I guess. She was asked to go into the police station for another interview. During the interview, the police asked her, like, yeah, we need to search your phone. And she was like, okay, have it. And she just willingly, like, gave up her phone to them. They looked through it, and there's videos on there, dude, of him locked in the suitcase, like, screaming, like, help, I can't breathe. Like, let me out. This isn't funny.
Yeah, she was like, Sarah, help me, Sarah. And she was like, yeah, that's my name. Don't wear it out.
Yeah, literally. She said, this is for everything you've done to me in the video. And then she was, like, laughing in one of them. And she was saying, like, all kinds of things.
Yeah, she even said, like, how do you like it? That's how it feels when I'm being choked.
When you cheat on me. No.
Oh,
she said when you cheat on me, yeah, or something like that. Oh, I thought
being choked. Damn, that's even worse, bro. Cheat on? Oh, man, that's so sad.
She said, that's what I feel like when you cheat on me. That's what she said.
Because I thought she was getting beat. Which was, I feel like, there's some justification when you beat your wife. Eventually she breaks, right?
Yeah. So when she, like, because this isn't like a murder case where she, like, shot him and stabbed him, right? There was those two videos, and she was clearly, like, really drunk in the videos, they said. But she purposely locked him in there, right? But then there was a ton of claims. So not just claims, but there's proof. She had been arrested one time for domestic violence against him, and he had been arrested 4 times for domestic violence against her. And anytime he would go to jail, she would just go and bail him out the next day, and then it would just, like, start all over again.
Oh my God, dude! How many times have you heard about those cases where it's like the girl's getting beat, like, brutally or whatever, or just say beat normal?
Yeah.
And then you're the neighbors, and you're just like, dude, I can't stand it, right? You want to be, how do I say, the hero, right? And then you call the cops, and the cops come, and he's arresting him, and then while he's getting arrested, and the girl's like, "Don't take him. He didn't do anything."
That's always what happens, dude. And that's what they did. That's literally what they did. And they would call the cops on each other because they were probably all drunk and stuff. And then the next day she'd be like, "Ugh, I gotta go pick him up. I'll be back," And so this is what they're, like, gonna use though in court is, well, she wasn't intentionally hiding the videos. She didn't know, blah blah blah, because that's already what they said. She also didn't try to delete them. There was no records of her, like, deleting any of the pictures or videos. And she said that she didn't even know they were on there. Like, she didn't even remember taking them. Well, really? Because I thought you only had one single bottle of wine. A baby could drink half a bottle of wine then and still remember that, okay? So.
Hey. But if you just drink a bottle of wine, you best believe, dude, I'll get that Swifty where I don't remember.
Dude, but they split a bottle of wine.
Rookies.
Yeah. I know, rookies. And I could tell by their pictures that they ain't rookies, you know what I mean?
They look like they had an encounter with Methany, dude.
Yeah, they've been around the block, Well, and so she's been charged with second-degree murder, I guess, but she's being held until trial. She's written letters to the judge saying that, like, she hasn't been presented fairly, and she's expected to use, like, this battered woman defense in her trial.
Oh my God, dude. Okay, so something that they found in the house, the cops, was ripped up, like, bath sheets.
Yeah.
Under her bed.
Really?
Yeah. So you know how they said that the. So here's something that I think that happened. That how the neighbor said that it sounded like someone had fallen down the stairs.
Yeah.
So what they think that she did is that she dragged his ass up on the top of the stairs and then just kicked him off.
Maybe.
And then he could, how do I say? Because she got charged with body tampering too.
Well, yeah. Well, he also had, like, a cut on his lip and a contusion on his neck. So I guess we'll find out, right? Because I'm sure, because there hasn't been a trial yet, they haven't said all their evidence.
So what they said too at the coroner's office is that, like you said, the contusions, but there's bruising on the neck and then the back of the head and then on the body. So
it should be interesting once the trial actually happens to see what evidence they truly have against her, right?
Yeah. So what I think, she pushed him down the stairs, and homie was like, he said, like, I can't breathe. She probably thought he was already dead and suffocated. So she's like, fuck it. Let me finish the job. Let me double tap him, and then pushed him down the stairs, and then he maybe hit his head, and then that actually killed him.
Well, the coroner said that based on his body, it shows that he was in that suitcase for like at least 11 hours before.
Oh man, never.
Yeah, so I don't know.
A little of everything.
Yeah, I don't know if they mean 11 hours before dying or 11 hours total. I'm not sure how this stuff works, but I mean, she is the one who called the cops and was like, dang it, he's dead. I took it too far. So this will be an interesting one for sure, dude. But people have got to stop using suitcases for murder tools and stuff. This is crazy.
Dude, for real, dude. I didn't know that you could suffocate inside a suitcase. I thought, there was holes and shit.
Yeah.
Because when I was younger, there used to be like a big suitcase in my mom's room, and I could fit under my mom's bed too.
Pop out.
But that would be rare if that would happen. And then
that
it would
could have
usually
been you.
It could have been me. Yeah, I could have been like kid suffocated under bed in suitcase.
Yeah. Or they'd be like, was it his sister? Was it his mom? He was zipped in. We'll find out on the next episode.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
How do I say? What do you think of this, Miranda?
There's something more sus behind it. Like, obviously, there's videos of her being like, this is what you get. This is what you get. Like, she obviously didn't just like zip him in for fun and then accidentally fall asleep. I don't know if she necessarily meant to like kill him. She might have just been like drunk and being like, this is what you're going to get. You're going to learn today. And then didn't think that he would die. I don't know. But there was something sus going on already between them. No, well, she might get away with it because there's proof that he's like abused her before. Like he's been arrested for it and it was her. And there's already like, 4 separate charges and cases against him for hurting her. So like that might save her ass, dude. That's going to be the crazy part.
If she gets away with it, bro, we'll count her in the same as OJ.
Yeah, we'll put her on the How to Get Away with Murder series instead of the American Murders.
I swear, dude. But like I said, that's what I'm afraid of drunk women. Because like, what if I tell her like, what if that day, bro, in particular, I didn't tell her she was pretty or whatever, and she got drunk, and that's all she was thinking, and then I wake up and then half my beard's gone, and then my head's half shaved, and my eyebrows are gone, and I'm like, what do I do to deserve this?
That's, I guess, better than waking up chopped up in a suitcase, dude, or zipped in.
I just wake up, my arm's gone.
Right, you just wake up and Paul Walker's unzipping the suitcase, like, bud, come on out. You're safe now.
Damn, dude. You're safe.
Yeehaw, brother.